So we all know that Enies lobby is hilarious, but after the Straw Hats leave the government island that got blown up because of them, they came back to Water 7 and it is revealed that they got new bounty pictures. And this got me thinking how funny it would be to be the guy that had to run around Enies lobby while all that chaos was going on and take pictures of all the Straw Hats. And that is what I want to talk about today, so settle in, ladies and gentlemen. We are about to visit the early days of our favorite photographer, journalist, and sometimes accidental assassination accomplice, Jimmy Scoops. You see, this is still very early in Jimmy Scoops' career. He hasn't even met Big News Morgans yet. He has, however, met Luffy, and he took his picture back at Arlong Park. And after that, he's been keeping up with the Straw Hats as best he can. And right now, the Straw Hats haven't made a name for themselves, so Jimmy sounds like a maniac when he explains that there's this magical fighting crackhead that will dismantle your local government if you give him half a grilled cheese sandwich. Only when Jimmy gets to Enies lobby, he sees that things are more lively than ever for some reason. A large crowd has gathered as a group of scoundrels slow walk to the entrance. There's also a robot person wearing a Hawaiian shirt with no pants trying to eat people, so Jimmy's like, what the hell is going on here? And finally, Jimmy sees a woman that he could have sworn he's seen before, but he can't be sure. But Jimmy doesn't care about any of that right now. Right now, he is just trying to get paid by selling his story and these photos to the world government. So he continues walking to the gates of justice. And on his way to the gates of justice, Jimmy stops by Spandam's office. You see, Spandam is the big boss of this island, and he's in control of CP9, a network of government spies. Jimmy, of course, doesn't know or care about any of that. He's just trying to get paid. So he shows Spandam and the others all of his photographs and goes over everything he knows about the Straw Hats. Wait a minute, so you're telling me this guy is the person who beat the warlord Crocodile in Alabasta? Listen, I know how that sounds, but the official report says that Smoker is the one who defeated Crocodile and saved Alabasta. And it's like, the thought of Vice Admiral Smoker and his half-blind sidekick being competent enough to stop a revolution that was started by an underground criminal organization led by a warlord is actually more unbelievable than a crackhead with aggressive ADHD just accidentally saving Alabasta because he won a fight. Smoker is trash, but that doesn't mean this Mugiwara guy is the person who saved Alabasta. Just listen to me for a second, okay? Let me walk you through what I have been hyper-fixating on these past few weeks. So I actually met these lunatics back in the East Blue, and it was in a place called Arlong Park. Now I say was because it's not fucking there anymore. They destroyed the entire town. Then one of them pickpocketed every single person on that island as she ran back to their ship. Then they just left, sailed away into the sunset, not a care in the world. So at this point, I'm curious, what was that all about, and why were they here in the first place? I needed answers, so I got in a boat and I started following them. I followed them all the way to a place called Whiskey Peak, got really drunk in one of the bars, and woke up 3 hours later to all the nice people that I was just dancing and drinking with just dead on the ground. I go to call for help, and that's when I realized that all of my stuff is gone, so I'm like, damn, the sociopathic thief must have got me. But before I can process that, I see the crackhead captain start fighting the green-haired swordsman, which is destroying even more of the island. But right before that fight gets too crazy, that's when the sociopathic thief breaks up the fight between the crackhead and the swordsman, and they all take off with one of the residents of Whiskey Peak held hostage. So they get on their boat and they sail away. I go to get my boat and follow after them, but that's when I see a boat the exact size as the one I was traveling in leaving the island, when suddenly and without warning it erupts in the most dramatic explosion that I have ever seen. To this day, I have no idea what that was or who that was. The only thing I knew was that I was terrified. I wasn't gonna try to leave the island after I saw that, because I don't know, did they do that? Are they just blowing boats up that try to leave the island? What's happening? So I'm scared. I don't know what I should do. I don't know how to leave or if I even should. And that's when I see this angel in a cowboy hat walking along the shore of Whiskey Peak. So I go tell her, hey, you should be careful. There's a bunch of lunatics beating people up and blowing up boats out there. I said, we gotta get out of here, beautiful cowboy hat angel. And that's when the cowboy hat angel says, hey, I've got this eternal log pose that can take you directly to Alabasta. Do you want it? And I was like, thank God, get me the hell out of here. So I take the log pose, but when I turn around, she is gone. Whoever that was saved my life. But anyway, I finally have the courage to leave the island. So I leave immediately and head to Alabasta. And on my way there, I stop by another island and hear that a group of crazy people were just on Drum Island, where they beat up the king for denying its citizens universal health care, and then flew over the moon in a sleigh being pulled by a reindeer. Are you still with me? Okay, because I asked the people telling me this crazy ass story was one of the lunatics wearing a straw hat, and they said yes. So I get back in my boat, keep heading to Alabasta, and when I get there, you're not gonna believe this, the crackhead and his friends are already there too, along with Vice Admiral Smoker, and this is why I know he wasn't the one that stopped Crocodile. He was trying to catch Mugiwara the whole time, but he kept getting away like it was an episode of Looney Tunes. Watching Smoker try his hardest to arrest this wacky cartoon character was all the evidence I needed to confirm that he had nothing to do with Alabasta being saved. He can't even stop one Looney Tune. Now I know that was a lot to pay attention to, but there's a pattern here. Every place these people go to, they break. Any leadership that's established on these islands that they visit, if they don't like the person in charge, they will literally just beat them up and move on to the next island. They don't care about restoration efforts, the economy, or how hard it would be to reconstruct your local government. They don't care about any of that. This is not an idealistic revolutionary. This is a maniac with an aggressive disregard for the safety and concerns of other people, being guided by the simple yet focused mantra of "shut up, dummy, I'm gonna be king of the pirates." Oh boy, that's a funny story, Jimmy. It's a shame no one's gonna believe it though. Although I guess we could just ask one of the Straw Hats themselves. What do you think, Nico Robin? Is Jimmy on to something? Hang on a sec, are you the cowboy-hatted angel that gave me the eternal log post to Alabasta? I can't believe that that's her. She's the person who helped me. Wait, why is she in handcuffs? What are you doing to her? Taking this criminal to the gates of justice where she'll be locked away forever. That's what happens when you hang around pirate scum like the Straw Hats. Wait a minute, are you telling me that you've arrested someone who was traveling with these people? More than just traveling with them, Jimmy boy. Nico Robin was the newest member of the Straw Hats before we picked her up in Water 7. Newest. Oh my God. What's wrong, Jimmy? Nothing. Just, could you show me the way to the gates of justice now? You know, just in case you can't show me later for whatever reason, whether you're too busy or dead, just, you know, whatever might happen. I want to know the fastest way to get off this island. Oh, relax, Jimmy. None of that matters anyway, because that lunatic you're talking about already met his match when he fought the Rob Lucci. Who's Rob Lucci? See, that right there shows all of us how much you don't know, Jimmy. Rob Lucci is the world-famous government agent of CP9. He's a ruthless spy and assassin known far and wide for his cruelty and skill. Okay, but if he's a spy, should people know who he is? Like, that kind of defeats the purpose of... Rob Lucci beat that lunatic up bad, and that was literally just last night. So there's no way he'd be dumb enough to come here not even 24 hours later just to try to fight Rob Lucci again. Isn't that him right there? Robert! That top hat is stupid! Yeah, that is him. It sounds like he's looking for you. What the... You know what? No, this is fine. I don't know why he's here now or how he even got here, because come to think of it, didn't we take the only sea train out here? Is there another sea train? And how did he find it so quickly if there was? I have so many questions, but it doesn't matter because we got like 10,000 Marines out there. I'll just tell them to mobilize at the gates and they'll have that maniac arrested in no time. Okay, I'm looking out another window and I see a train being driven into the gates of Enies lobby and there's a big frog riding on top. I don't know what the fuck is about to happen, but you should really start taking this seriously. And the scariest thing about that is the frog looks at peace. Like he looks completely calm. Like he knows something that I don't. We'll be fine. Kaku, Khalifa, here, you two just eat these devil fruits and we'll all be okay. Which fruits are these anyway? What's gonna happen when we eat them? Who knows? Just eat it. Come on, it'll be fun. What? You don't even know what fruits those are? I'm sorry, but is the plan really to eat mystery devil fruits and just sit around until they get here? That's CP9, Jimmy. Even if those lunatics make it all the way to this tower, they're so strong that oh God, So Jimmy's frustrated talking to these idiots, and he decides to go downstairs and take some photos of the maniacs before the island completely blows up. But when Jimmy gets downstairs, he sees an island under attack. Explosions everywhere, Marines being beaten up as far as the eye can see. Oh my God, it is bad out here. And hey, wait a minute, what is that? Jimmy turns around and sees a giant seahorse being ridden by the lunatics he's been following since the East Blue. I'm on a highway to hell. Highway to hell. Oh yeah. Highway to hell. Eat it, boy. Highway to hell. Yeah. They are gonna kill everybody. Greetings, fellow sniper. It is I, Sogeking. What the hell? Who are you? And I'm not a sniper, I'm a photographer. But what is a photographer if not a sniper of photographs? Lock on! Noble adventurer, I'm looking for the demon child, Nico Robin. Have you seen her? Yeah, she's in the big tower at the end of the island. Weren't these giants with the Marines a few seconds ago? That's all in the past, little man. We saw how much fun the Straw Hats were having crashing out all over the island, so we figured, oh, why the hell not? Why shouldn't we just crash out and help these lunatics blow up Enies lobby? Anyway, we're going back to the tower. You want to ride? Well, I do need to take more pictures of those freaks before this island blows up, so fine. All right, but only if you promise to also be my ride off this island before it explodes. So Soga King and the Giants give Jimmy a ride back to the tower to take more pictures, and he casually walks into the Tower of Law in the middle of all this chaos, and on his way there, he stops by a few CP9 agents and fills them in on what's going on. Okay, so I was just outside, and Captain Crackhead is beating the shit out of that bartender. Somebody might want to get out there and help him, but whoa, what the hell happened to you? Oh, hey, Jimmy, I'm a giraffe person. Yeah, I guess I ate the giraffe fruit. What do you think? I think even Foxy looks less stupid than you. How the hell do you even fight like that? You look ridiculous. Wait a minute. Are you fighting him? Is he the person you're about to have a 1v1 with? I don't know why you sound so scared, Jimmy. I already beat him, and that was yesterday. Why does everyone keep talking about yesterday? You guys gotta let the past go. They are here right now, and they want to kill you. But you know what? It's fine. I don't care. I'm just gonna take a picture of that green-haired guy, and I will leave you to it. Have fun, Kaku. Jimmy goes a little bit further into the tower, and that's when he runs into some of the Straw Hats. Oh, hey, you guys made it this far in, and oh my God, what happened to him? Jimmy, a real man believes a woman's lies. This soap girl beat him up and threw him down the stairs. Soap girl, what is that Khalifa? Wait a minute, so one of the devil fruits gave Khalifa soap powers and the other one turned Kaku into a giraffe? You guys got your devil fruits from Temu. That has to be what happened because there's no way, that is ridiculous. We need to find a bunch of keys from CP9 so we can save Robin. Okay, well, it looks like you guys have everything under control. Sanji, are you doing okay? I'll never hit a lady. He seems the same. So cool. I'm gonna keep trying to get out of here. All right, good luck, guys. So instead of going to see Spandam, Jimmy gives up on that. He figures CP9 and everyone here is just gonna die. But wait, before we continue with the video, we need to talk about today's sponsor, which is Tokyo Treat and Sakura Co. Both Tokyo Treat and Sakura Co are both Japanese snack subscription boxes, and with Tokyo Treat, you can look forward to each box containing a variety of full-size, fun, and exclusive Japanese snacks that are only available in Japan. Sakura Co, meanwhile, is a Japanese artisan snack box, which means they support local Japanese snack makers. So each box contains 20 traditional, authentic, and artisan Japanese snacks, including teas and tableware. And both Tokyo Treat and Sakura Co would like to wish you a happy new year, because the theme for Tokyo Treat this month is New Year's Treatings. Inviting us all to celebrate an Oshogatsu, the Japanese New Year, Tokyo Treat is offering a festive box full of sweet and savory Japanese snacks. So let's ring in 2025 right with snacks like the Kit Kat Strawberry Chocolate Cake, Hokkaido Smoked Butter Chips, Matcha All Light Drink, and many more. And my favorite from this box is without a doubt the Kit Kat Strawberry Chocolate Cake. The Kit Kats in these boxes are always delicious. But moving on to Sakura Co, the theme for this month is New Year's in Japan. Also inviting you to celebrate an Oshogatsu, this box is filled with traditional Japanese sweets and savory treats symbolizing hope, luck, and prosperity for the year ahead. Snacks like the New Year's Senbei, Strawberry Daifuku, Red and White Plum Kohakuto, and Yuzu Shiroko biscuits. And of course, this all pairs perfectly well with the tea for this month, the Yuzu Senchu tea. And the tableware item for this month is the Nishijin Ori Coaster. And as always, if you'd like to learn more about the snacks that you'll be receiving in these boxes, you are free to check out the cultural guidebooks that come with each box. In addition to telling you about the snacks, which will include things like allergen information should you need that, you can also flip through these booklets to check out fun cultural facts about Japan. So if this sounds interesting to you and you'd want to get one of these boxes for yourself or for someone you love, check out the link in my description and use code Mugiwara to receive $5 off your first Tokyo Treat and Sakura Co box. A very special thank you to Tokyo Treat and Sakura Co for sponsoring this video, and an equally special thank you to you for watching this video. And with that, we are back to the show. So Jimmy finally decides to just leave the tower altogether and to try to find a boat so we can make it off the island. He makes it back outside of the courtyard, and that's when he sees all the Marines finishing up their fights with the Frankie family and all of the shipwrights from Water 7, and they're all pretty much taken care of, so Jimmy decides to walk over to the Marines and try to convince them to start getting all the escape boats ready. Wow, okay, good job, Marines, woo! So where are the escape boats? I would like to be on one. No one's escaping. Are you crazy? Pirates are invading Enies lobby. The world government can't retreat. And that's why I ordered the buster call. Because I'm a high-value man. I ordered a buster call on Enies lobby. A horrible island erasing event is on its way right here, and everyone on this island is gonna die. Isn't it ironic? Hard-working Marines fighting for their government getting murdered by the cold and unfeeling practicality of the 1%? Oh, it's terrible. But I don't care, because holy shit, is this thing on? Well, I am actually Monkey D. Luffy. Yep, the dangerous criminal on Enies lobby right now. It's me, Monkey D. Luffy. Don't worry about how a pirate wouldn't have the security clearance, nor the understanding necessary to request a buster call. That doesn't matter. So Goodbye. So, about those escape boats. The crowd listening to Spandam's Fresh and Fit podcast erupts in fear and panic. Everybody just starts running for their lives. And they don't care what they were doing before. They leave all the Frankie family and shipwrights that they've tied up and arrested right where they were. So Jimmy walks over to a bunch of them that are tied up to see if he can rally as much people as he can to make it to the boats before the entire island explodes. And everybody's panicking, but this is not Jimmy's first rodeo. He was there in Alabasta when it was almost blown up by Crocodile's bomb, so he knows that they can all make it out of here alive. All right, so who wants to live? Show of hands? Everybody? Great. Let's find us a big-ass boat and get the hell out of here. We can't leave without Frankie. And plus, I still didn't get the chance to cuss out Rob Lucci and Kaku. Listen, man, Frankie is in God's hands now, okay? That's just the best way to put it. I don't know if he's with those lunatics or if they all just happen to be fighting the same people. It doesn't matter. They're all in the eye of the storm, and whatever happens, he wouldn't want you guys to just wait around until you got blown up. If anyone has a chance of making it out of here alive, it's the robot and his magical fighting crackhead. They're gonna be fine. Us, though? We gotta get the hell out of here. Against all odds, Jimmy and the others make it to the sea train and prepare to make their escape from Enies' lobby. And that's when they see Rob Lucci getting punched out of the Tower of Law and thrown around the Navy ships. And while Jimmy watches Rob Lucci get his ass beat and stomped on by an angry crackhead that's been screaming his name since he got to Enies' lobby, Jimmy watches all of that and he thinks to himself, damn, what did he do to make them pirates that mad? Jimmy watches Rob Lucci pick himself up off the ground and run back into the Tower of Law to finish fighting the crackhead, and not 2 minutes later, Rob Lucci is punched right back out of the tower, but this time, he is unconscious. The fighting is over. He actually really might be dead. Like, his eyes are open, he's not breathing. Someone should really call somebody, but honestly, Jimmy doesn't really give a shit. He tells Paulie, go ahead and set off for Water 7, and Jimmy starts interviewing everyone on the train to figure out exactly what just happened, because now his theory about the Straw Hats is all but confirmed. Okay, so all of that was crazy. Can anybody here fill in some blanks for me? There's still a lot I don't understand. As far as we know, Luffy and his friends just came here to beat up Rob Lucci. I think they also wanted to get their friend back, but you was really mainly just interested in beating Rob Lucci up, to be honest. Okay, so that right there, this Robert guy, why were they here to beat him up? I'm pretty sure that CP9 took one of their friends. Also, something about dropping their boat into the ocean, but come to think of it, I'm pretty sure I saw their boat come save them at the end, but there was nobody on it. So it was almost like the spirit of the ship, a real-life ghost ship, showed up to save him at the last minute. Danny Phantom-ass boat saved the lunatics. Okay, and I also heard that they came here in a second sea train. There should only be one of those. Where did they get that? And also, who drove it? Oh yeah, there was another sea train, and old lady Kokoro was driving it. Funny thing about her is that she's also a mermaid with a crippling alcohol addiction. Why? And what's your story? What's going on with you? Kiro. Is he just some sort of kung fu fighting frog? Actually, I'm pretty sure he's a sumo fighting frog, but he does teach karate at the YMCA every weekend. I guess I'll write that down too. So those lunatics came here to save their friend, beat up Robert, and for some reason, there's a robot person that's worked into the mix as well. What can you tell me about him? That's our main man, Frankie, leader of the Frankie family. He's also the only person in the world who has the blueprints to Pluton. Wait a minute, the ancient weapon? You're telling me that half-naked robot person, he has the blueprints to an ancient weapon. That's right. And the person they just saved was the last surviving member of O'Hara, meaning she's the only person who can read the poneglyphs? Yeah, that sounds right. So, the lunatics came here to beat up Robert and get their friend back. Their friend, who is the only person in the world who can read the poneglyphs and lead them to the One Piece, which will make Captain Crackhead king of the crackheads. And they also befriended a half-naked robot person who is the only person in the world who has the blueprints to an ancient weapon. That's right. Well, actually, he burnt the blueprints to the ancient weapon, but he did memorize them before he burnt it. So now he's the only person in the world who could ever recreate those blueprints or possibly even build the ancient weapon Pluton. But yeah, the blueprints themselves, they're gone. So hang on a second. So the lunatic that goes places just to crash out and beat people up, and sometimes liberating people from tyranny. Sometimes that happens too. That guy now has the only person in the world that can lead him to the One Piece and someone who can build an ancient weapon for him. Yep, that's about the gist of it. How have they not sent an admiral after this guy? He's dangerous. Whatever, just let's get back to Water 7. I gotta make a phone call. Someone has to know about all this nonsense. And with this ridiculous act of rebellion, it wouldn't be long before the entire world started paying attention to this band of unhinged maniacs. But yeah, that's about it for this one, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being interested, and I cannot wait to see you in the next one.